Ro is still up by 1. We got 3 more to go. All right. What is the average salary in Sydney in AUD? So your annual salary.
How much do you boys make? When I went over to Big Papi, he told me I had a Texan license. He let me through.
Welcome back to Critical Banter, the podcast that brings the Friday night drink chat straight to you. I am not Miguel, I am Sen. I'm joined by Ro.
G'day.
And we have special guests, live and direct, straight from San Francisco. We have Kush.
Hello. It's good to be back. I wonder if you guys run out of your high school friends group to add on. That's why I'm back.
Before we jump into what Kush is doing, I forgot to say what segments we have today. We have Price is Right, and we have a new segment called Reverse Colonialism. We'll get to that soon. Kush, what's been happening, brother?
Well, I'm actually, before I get into what's happening, I'm kind of curious. Do you reckon the new listeners that have come from, all that abusive and exploitative nature you did of Top 5, do you reckon they know me?
Yeah, please introduce yourself. Kush, actually, we have a 4th member of Critical Banter who decided to escape Australia to the beautiful, sunny state of, what is the state? California.
Lovely. No, that is correct. I'm literally, I'm just an editor, and I'd hop on from time to time. That's the best way to describe it. Nice, short and succinct. I am back. I don't know if you boys knew, but I went around traveling around the US, had a little month off. So
of course we knew, mate. It was the first Instagram post you made for like 5 years. Yeah,
that is true. I mean, my Instagram posts are literally just Critical Banter and I think America troops. But yeah, I had a nice little trip. I went around a bunch of cities. I experienced some stuff. Like, for example, I don't know if you guys know, but they have a Taco Bell cantina, which is where you can literally drink alcohol, get absolutely smashed at Taco Bell, and smash down some Crunch Wrap Supremes as well, which I thought was an amazing.
Where was
invention. That? Oh, I don't know. This was like somewhere in like 1 hour away from the city in San Francisco. But all I could think about was, what if KFC did something like that, Get a nice little Zinger box, and then to the left is the KFC cantina, That would be quite nice. It would be a good invention, I'd say.
I feel like it'd be liquid shits for the next 3 days.
Dangerous. Very dangerous.
But anyway, I've got a quick question actually I wanted to ask you guys. So at my work, there's someone that sits next to me on my left, and she's like been seated there for, I don't know, 2-3 months, and that's like her seat, right? Now she's gone on sabbatical, and there's been a new starter who's come in, and he started while I also was on leave. So when I came back, I saw some things in my desk, and I kind of shuffled around, a bit of papers, I saw a sticky note saying something like, remember this document, which I thought was kind of stupid, like who writes that shit? Just bookmark it. And then he had like a prop and everything there. So I had to clean out my desk, and so I took back my desk, and this new starter then took over the other girl's desk who's on sabbatical now currently. Now, it's been like a week. Oh, no, actually, jokes. It's been 2 weeks. And what is the best way to like break the news here to this person? Because he's now settled in, and he's got like picture frames of like what looks like his previous military experience, I'm going to say, because that's what I can gather from the side. But he's settled in well enough. He's got a toy car as well.
Is it a hot desk?
Pens. Oh, I mean, it is considered hot desking, but no one hot desks.
Yeah.
Everyone has I feel like that's in every corporate company, to be honest.
I was going to say, how do you break the news to the lady who's on sabbatical when she comes back that it's been taken over? Mate, it's not a football jersey. You can't retire it. Do you know what I mean? It's fair game if she's not sitting there.
Is it though, especially if you're on sabbatical, a well-earned break because you've been at 5 years at the company? Is this okay behavior? I don't know, man. I feel like I have a duty to break this news.
How long is she on sabbatical for?
Yeah, very important question.
It's always a month. I was also on sabbatical as well for a month. That's why I was traveling around.
Okay.
That's not fair. Sabbatical, brother. That's just annual leave. Sabbatical's usually minimum 6 months, a year, even longer.
Yeah, that's why I was like, why would you tell him that he needs to leave? Like, obviously she'll find a new seat when she's back in 12 months.
Wait, sabbaticals are actually like 6 to 12. I always thought they were
It's long term.
Yeah, it's a long term period of leave. But okay, all right, if it's a month, then that actually changes things. You should have told him on his very first day, like, sorry, brother, this is not your spot.
Oh, yeah, I should have. But you know what the problem is? We're in a very, like, there's like 6 people around us. I don't want to be that guy to the new person who just started.
Yeah, throw
To be
someone else
like,
on the
"Hey,
bus.
man."
Make someone else do this. Why does this responsibility fall on you?
Well, I asked two people, and they were like, "Yeah, I don't know, I don't really know him." Like, because I was on
No
leave,
one
right?
knows
So I was
him.
like,
He's new.
"Hey." Well, no. Here's the thing. So he started 2 weeks in when I was like on my sabbatical. So 2 weeks left on my sabbatical, right?
So cool.
So when I came back, it's called a sabbatical. I don't know what to tell you.
Mate, you've been in America for like, what, a year now? Suddenly, it's not leave, it's sabbaticals. Look, in
Yeah,
my
so, like-
opinion, the best bet is to just tell this guy. You don't kick him out straight away. You just tell the brother, hey, man, by the way, this is, Stephanie's spot. So when she comes back, she'll probably want to take it. So, enjoy the company of me and my, 5 friends. But when she's back,
Yeah.
it's time to jog on, partner.
No, I disagree.
Yeah.
I think you just be ignorant. Because she's back in 2 weeks. When she comes back, let her figure it out. It's not your problem. It's the Conor McGregor meme. I just got here. I don't know. I don't know the guy. Nah, it's hot desking. You just tell her to jog on.
It's hot desking, like written in some HR policy doc that no one reads. You know what I mean? Like everyone has this seat.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
how
the
it is.
spirit of the Lord. Do you know what I mean?
The spirit of the game.
But tell us some stories of you traveling, Kush. I got some yarns of my own.
Okay, yeah, all right. I'll go through a couple of quick ones. We had an interesting experience, and honestly, some of our lift trips that we took were actually kind of bizarre. One of the first ones that we took, which was a 45-minute trip from our hotel to the Epcot theme park. This is at 8 a.m. This guy rocks up, and he starts playing the never-ending theme song first up. And we're like, okay, interesting. I've never seen a Lyft driver play, this kind of score, a score to a trip. Anyway, he starts playing it, and then he goes, you know what else is never-ending? And we were like, nah, could be anything, to be honest. And he was like, the strip club.
What?
And this is at 8:06 a.m., I'm going to guess. Now, the two of us, we look at each other and we're like, oh boy, yeah, for another 50 minutes to go to the strip. And I kid you not, these strip club jokes go on at least 10 times throughout the trip. You think he'd be going somewhere and then he'd be like, you know what else is a great time? The strip club. And I was like,
What?
Some kind of skit that I'm in, like some SNL skit that I put out. Had no idea what was going on. And we were on a freeway, and then 10 minutes into this trip, he whips out his phone and he's like, have you seen this movie? And I think it was called 101 Beavers or some shit like that. And he was like, this is the funniest movie ever made. And so he goes to his YouTube. Somehow the clip already ready to roll. Plays it.
Pre-prepared clip.
Yeah, I guess he must do this for every Lyft trip, for every passenger he takes. Presses play, and it's a 4-minute clip. This silent slapstick Tom and Jerry type comedy where these humans are dressed up in beaver outfits and they're fighting each other. And it's it gets ultra violent, and he's laughing, and he's not even watching, by the way, because he's showing the phone to us. But he knows exactly the timestamp where we're at. So he's laughing 1 minute in, oh yeah, no, that's good, right? That's good, right? And we're silent. We're like, dude, this is bizarre, man. What do we do? And then anyway, he stopped, and then he caught our hint of being we don't want to talk. So the last 20 minutes were silent, and he drops us off, and he goes, oh, this is the Epcot theme park. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. You know what else would be a wonderful time? The strip club.
That's pretty funny.
Did he pick you up after you'd went to the strip club the night before? Is that why he had all these yarns ready?
I don't know. First, I thought he may have been on some kind of substance. That was before.
Dude, you know
the
what?
strip
This
club.
is why you got to be a Waymo guy, all right? For this very reason.
A what?
No, but Waymos aren't in Orlando. They're only in Austin and in San Francisco at the moment.
The self-driving cars?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, so this was in Austin. All right, I missed that.
Are you sure there wasn't a hidden camera somewhere, Kush? Because this guy sounds like he's doing a bit.
That's what I thought. I was, I honestly didn't know how to respond. So I just kept going, That's all I was doing for 30
Maybe
minutes.
he was a promoter for a strip club.
Yeah, it must be something like that. He's trying to drum up business.
At least tell me the name then. Why didn't you say
So you didn't go to the strip club in the end?
Not that one.
No, we went to a family-friendly theme park called Epcot, not a strip club. I will say Waymos, by the way, are excellent. Take them pretty frequently in San Francisco. I remember there was one night where, coming back from a little night out, and the Waymos are great when you're coming back. So this was like midnight or something like that, and hopped off and accidentally, the belt was hanging outside, and I slammed the door, and it like you could hear the metal crunch of the belt on the door, which this is AI. I went to the front of the Waymo, I apologized, I said I was sorry.
Yeah,
I was like, please don't find me. Pure mistake, human error. So, but the Waymos are excellent.
How much is a Waymo? Is it more expensive than your normal other drive share apps, or?
No, honestly, when you compare it to like Uber and Lyft, it's like probably $4 or $5 more. It's actually not that bad of an option, to be honest.
Isn't it scary just walking into an empty car and then just letting it take you wherever?
It is at first, like 100% at first. It's scary, but then you just get into the groove of it. Let Mr. Waymo do its thing, It's going around.
I am interested to try it. That's like that's like a to-do list item if I go to the States, like getting a Waymo. Because it's like, I've seen the videos. You just like hop in and the steering wheel is just moving by itself. It's like magic.
That's mental.
So yeah, there's another driverless car that's coming up in San Francisco, which dead set looks like it's from Cyberpunk. There is no steering wheel to it. No. I'm serious. I'm trying to find the name. It's like Zood or Zoom.
Sounds like the Mario Kart ride we went to at Universal Japan.
Yeah,
you're just in a car with no steering wheel.
Oh, it looks weird. It's like when you hop on. It's like a train, so you got two seats opposite each other. They're like in testing mode right now, which I find pretty weird as well when driving. Like imagine you facing the wrong side. The
wrong way.
Yeah.
Do you have to tip the Waymo?
Dude, I don't tip anyone in, man. Fuck that.
Really?
Yeah, I actually don't tip anyone.
Mate, you're asking for trouble.
Look, to be fair, I'll be honest. Like, I've taken all my rideshare rides, haven't tipped. My rating's gone up. I don't know what to tell you. I don't think people care that much.
No, I don't think they know your like tip. They just rate you and then they get the money, no?
Yeah.
No, they know your tip. It tells them because the driver can thank you if you give them a tip.
Yeah, but have they rated you first?
Oh, or they can change the rating. You can change the rating, I think, within like 24 hours.
What? That sounds
Wait, ridiculous. Does that go both ways?
Yeah.
Can I change my rating on the driver?
I'm pretty sure you can. I don't know what app you're talking about, Sen, but I'm pretty sure you can. The rating. Right. Check your message, by the way. I just sent you the vehicle. It's called Zooks. And the tagline is, it's not a car. Zooks.
ZOOX. It's not a car. That looks so ugly.
It looks ugly, right?
Yeah.
This looks comical, bro.
How would you describe this? So basically, it's like
a bus.
Yeah, it's like a bus.
Limo
but the size of a car. And then...
Correct, yeah.
There's no like front seat, back seat. It's just like you're on the metro facing someone. I assume there's two seats.
It looks too futuristic, Like if you just go to Google Images and you just search it, like the doors even open like a train and it's just two seats facing each other. Like it is odd.
It's like a merry-go-round. It's like, when you go on the merry-go-rounds, those like carriages, it just looks like that with wheels on it. And then I guess they just drive around.
I think I would be okay with it if it wasn't you're facing the other people. Like it's so weird that...
No, but you're not getting in a car with strangers. It's fine.
I assume this would be like, you could do it like a pool sort of service.
Yeah.
Just picks up 4 randoms.
I imagine they'll eventually do it. Like right now it's in test mode. I think they're just going around figuring out if, it actually works in the streets of the Bay Area. I mean, you have to go to the Tenderloin area. If people from Tenderloin see that, that's...
it's a target.
Things are happening.
Anything else, Kush?
I want to also tell you about this is one of my first experiences of a night out in San Francisco. I mean, it's been it's been 10 months since I last hopped on. So this probably happened 6 months ago, but I was looking at my notes and I was like, let me regale the boys whenever I have the time. So yeah, we went on a night out, and I think last time when I came in Sydney, we talked about the nightlife of Sydney versus San Francisco, and I believe we gave it a tie for memory. I'm not 100% sure. I think it was a tie. I'm probably going to say Sydney. San Francisco has a very weird night out vibe. So we went out to this first place, which, I was letting a local take me. He was like, we got these 3 places to hit. Everyone says these 3 places are the pinnacle of nightlife in the Bay Area. So we go to the first area, and guarding the establishment is what I can only describe a warlock. He's dressed in a cape, a bowler hat. He has what looks to be a fake mustache, and I half expected him to go, Kushagra, Kundra, what are you doing here, or something like that. But he was the one guarding it. He checked for my ID, and he was like, "Oh, interesting. What is this type of ID?" And I was like, "Oh, it's from Australia." And he was like, "Australia, interesting." And then he did like this British accent. He's like, "Okay, cool, whatever." Lets me in, and this establishment inside was the weirdest vibe I've ever come across. It's on the left side where people are just seated down. On the right side were people dancing to what was a guy that I think you've talked about I forgot what the club was, but there'd be a saxophone or a trumpet and they'd be playing, like a Drake song. And there was only one guy that was like doing kind of like a step dance kind of vibe. It honestly looked like this area was segregated. The left was for the seaters, the right one's for the people who were standing up. It was that divided. Quickly left that. And then we went to the next one where all these drinks had the weirdest names. Like they were called green slush, the blue funk, the red peachy pink. I don't know what kind of zesty area I landed in, but we ordered the blue funk, which honestly you paid 18 USD. And what he gave you was first it was like a pitcher, I think. It was a pitcher. And he'd also give you like a drink in like a margarita cup. And so for $18, and once you combine all that and finish the pitcher plus the drink that he gave you, it was like four drinks in that cup. So honestly, it's a great deal. But the problem is they don't know how to pour their alcohol. I think, Sen, you may have seen that when you went to America, but it's all kind of free pour.
Yeah.
Vibes-based.
Yeah. No such thing as a gin and a tonic. It's we'll see what happens. Possibly gin, perhaps a little tonic.
Just quickly, what do you think about that?
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you're in Australia, they've got like the shot measuring glass, which they pour into, and then they give you the drink. So there's consistency across the board. In America or places where they free pour, sometimes you get more value for money.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get less value for money. Do you prefer that, or do you want the consistency?
I want the consistency.
Oh no, I prefer the American gung ho Western style version.
The gamble, right? Yeah, so do I think.
Nah, dude. When you're paying $20 US for a drink, so like 35 Australian dollars or 30 Australian dollars, and you get one of the guys who jibs you with the free pour,
I feel like for some reason,
I'm getting an AK-47. I'm shooting up the place.
I feel like
the blue funk free pour.
But don't you feel like, Kush, they over pour most of the time? Like, I've never had a weak
that is true.
shot. Not a weak shot, a weak mixer.
Oh, I'll be honest. Like, after that blue funk, I was rolled. I was like, I don't need to pay for any more alcohol. Like, this is completely fine. Like, I think that's the beauty of the American drinking culture. If you go out to, especially if you buy spirits, I should say, if you buy spirits, you really only need one or two drinks, which is like probably max 30 USD, maybe 25 USD, depending where you are, and then that's it. That's your whole night. Like, you're done. You're settled.
I will say when I was in Vegas, I went and got a G&T, and I did pay like $22 US, but it was like the size of the protein
shaker,
and he filled up decent with just gin.
Right. So you're getting like a couple hundred milliliters of spirits.
Yeah.
But it's almost undrinkable at that point.
Yeah. I wonder if you can ask for a top up, can you just top me up with a bit more tonic, like once you've gone through halfway?
Maybe you could, I reckon. Anyway, so that night out, Kush, so you got the blue funk, and then what happened?
Oh, then we went to another establishment, which, this was also a long weekend. So you were hoping that, it'd be a nice night out. And it was like 2-story club, I think. And then we entered from the bottom floor. No line, of course, which is a bit of a red flag. Kind of empty. Go upstairs. There's probably like 11 people upstairs, just like, moseying around the dance floor is the best way to describe it.
How many of you were there?
The corners. There were 4 of us. So, it's nice to leave in 15 by the end of the night. But
call me crazy, but like, I really like empty clubs.
No.
Like 11 people is actually ideal. There was a club I went to in Bali, and there was 4 of us as well. There was maybe like 15 people scattered around, and it was just us and the DJ just going nuts. Like, it was so much fun.
Well, it depends. How small was the area? I'm guessing it was tiny, right? It wasn't like a classic.
No, bro, it was massive. Like, you could have fit hella people. There's just bare space in Bali.
Jeez, okay. Like, this club could fit upstairs, like, probably around 150 people, and there were 15. I don't know. The emptiness kind of just kills the vibe.
No, there was one time where there was no one in the club. So the guy let us DJ in the club. So it was like a private room, private session that we were doing. It was so much fun.
Okay, that is fun. But I mean, that's like only you guys. There's decent enough people here, and I don't know. There must have been fans of the establishment, but I was not.
Liken it to a Sydney club. You know, are we talking like, you know, Cliff Dive?
I don't know if I've ever seen a club like they were only playing like old R&B bangers, and they had like 3 TV screens playing music videos of this, like these songs. It's kind of weird because you
Sounds
look at
like
the
a strike
DJ.
bowling.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like just a strike bowling, and they've got a DJ in there as well.
Honestly, yeah. Now that you say that, it looked exactly like that. To be honest, without the lanes.
So San Francisco nights out apparently stinker.
Are you sure you're going to the right areas?
Yeah, are you sure this guy didn't take you to the worst place?
Well, that was my immediate thought. So then we did a round turn. This time we went to San Jose, which is further down south. Sorry, not San Jose. What the hell am I saying? We went down to Sunnyvale, which is further down south.
You could have
like
said anything, Kush, and me and Ro would have had no idea.
Man, I love San Jose. One of my favorite places in SF.
No, we went down here, and then this one was a lot more lively. Like, it was a street full of clubs and bars, and it was popping off. But the biggest issue that I encountered here was like the way the Seckies like reviewed my ID. So like the very first one that I went to, he looked at my ID and he was like, "Nah, mate." Well, he didn't say mate, of course. He just said like, "Nah, man, can't take this." I was like, "Dude, I'm on a visa. Like, I'm from Australia. This is all I have."
Mate, don't say that. They'll send you home.
Okay, back then, I think, yeah, it was okay. Now, yeah, I can't say those words at all. You never know when ICE might rock up and be like, "Come here, boy." But yeah, he looked at it and we were like, and it was 60 bucks. And so obviously they were like, "All right, cool. We'll go to the next establishment. You know, hopefully it works." They were like, "Kush, do you have your passport?" Which, to be fair, maybe I should have brought my passport, but I don't know. Didn't want to bring it on a night out.
No, it's a reason.
And then the second one we went. Yeah, well, I mean, like typically when you go out like on a holiday and stuff, your passport is your go-to. But I mean, I've been living here, like it didn't clock my mind.
You can't get like a local one, Kush, like a proof of age card or something.
Get a burner. Just get like a fake ID.
McLovin.
No, I actually can, but I saw the price. It's like $50. To be fair, it's actually not bad, but I couldn't be bothered. At that time. I was like,
come on.
Hey, listen. Listen now, you're in the Bay Area, man. I'm getting leaned left, right, center on my finances.
It's an investment, you monkey.
I'm pretty sure the Australian passport is like 450 bucks. So if you lose that, mate, you're on for a bit more.
Actually, yeah, good reminder. I do have to renew it. It's getting close to its expiration. I'm going to have to go to the embassy for that bad boy. Anyway, the second one that I went to, yeah, the guy looked at my ID and he saw the green. I was like, from Texas. And I was like, yeah, from Texas. And he let me in, and I was like, say less. Thank you very much. No problems. The third one that we went to, the guy was like, nah, I can't accept this. Do you have a passport? And I think I was a little bit like, nah, I don't have a passport, but I don't know how I remember this, but I was like, I've got a digital passport. And then he was like, okay, yeah, no worries, whip that out. So I showed him the digital version, and he looked at the digital version and was like, yeah, that's perfect, mate. That's perfect. No worries. In you go. Which I don't know. I feel like that's kind of dodgy. I don't know if that should be allowed, but
no, you got in. That's all that matters, dude. My thing is like, I hate sometimes at clubs or establishments like bars or whatever, when you try to get in, they want a license that's not expired.
Obviously.
But my question is, my birthday is the same on the expired license or the non-expired license. So if you could just let me in, because whether it's expired or not, my birthday hasn't changed. I was still born in 97.
It's a fair point, actually.
Do you know what I mean? What do you mean, obviously?
That is true, actually, yeah.
They're looking at it, sorry, your license expired. I'm like, what's it to you? And what?
Well, don't do that in America. I'm sure you might see the clock down the
Because obviously, like here, when you got bouncers, right, they're more kind of big boys, like Usos, brothers. You know what I mean? Like, what's the bouncers in America?
I assume they're brothers.
Are they brothers?
Yeah, brothers, and there's like the Hispanic security guards as well.
Are they bigger than the ones in Australia?
Oh, the puppies.
The Usos they're the real deal, man. They give you an aura. Like, oh shit, let's be careful here, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You don't want to mess with them.
Give you a South Pacific aura.
Yeah.
Little island
like
aura.
When I went over to Big Papi, he told me I had a Texan license, he let me through.
Yeah, maybe not the sharpest tools in the sheds.
Those are Rohit's views only.
No, I'm just saying, just look, all right? I've never once swindled a bouncer. I mean, I've bribed a bouncer here in Australia, but I've never swindled one.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was outside, because my friends from Canberra came to go out and we want to show them a good time. And this was the time where you couldn't get into a club past 11 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
That was like the rule.
Right.
And so we had $35 in like, $10 to $5 notes, $20 notes. And we decided to like go up to the bouncer. We like dapped him up, did the whole like, bit of money in the pouch. Cause we asked him like, how much would it, what would it take? And he's like, oh, you got a bit of coin on you. And we're like, all right, well, we'll see what we can do. So we tried to lowball him at $10. That was our first starting offer. He did not budge. So eventually 35 was the entry price for all of us.
What, each of you or just?
No, all of us. We all got in.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I was stoked with it. Like, I would have paid $30 on my own if I got it there at 10:30. You know what I mean?
I've got one more story, and this is also like a Bay Area story, but I've been out in the dating game here in San Francisco. So
why did you start with this? Why did you start with you getting told to go to a strip club?
Yeah, I thought that would be a nice little icebreaker, a guy who's absolute fiend for the strip club. I want to give me the fucking name of the establishment. So anyway, so yeah, I've been going around and like one of the events that they have here is, I don't know if they've got it there, but I think they're a global company. It's called like Thursday, and they just host events every Thursday at a club.
Yeah.
Not a club, sorry, like at a bar or like a dinner. And you register beforehand, and they don't tell you, of course, like the ratio. They just tell you the age range, which is like I think 21 to like 36. It's a bit of a mixed bag. And so I went with a mate and I was like, all right, sign up. Let's see how it is. I got a lot of warnings. We checked Reddit, checked TikTok, and it was all a bit like, the ratio is pretty bad. You honestly might not know the type of, merchants you'll get over there and what they fiend over. Like it's a little bit dodgy at times.
You're not going to a ghetto. You're going to a dating app.
Aren't you just going to a venue and you just talk to whoever's there?
It's a venue. Yeah, pretty much. Like you just rock up, you scan your barcode, and they're like, "All right, cool. Go to the area at the back there, which we booked." And there's like everyone's basically there. It's like 30 to 40 people, I think. This is the one where we went to. It was like 40ish people, and I would say 3 females and 37 men.
What?
When I arrived, that's what it was, and so we were like, "Okay, well, let's give it half an hour." People have work. And you know how Americans work.
Dude, all I'm imagining is like it's vultures, dude. It's like the 3 women are just sacrificial lambs and the guys are just coming in like hyenas.
Yeah, I was waiting for like some Viking ritual to kick in with some Norse guttural sounds with the way that this was played out, to be honest.
It's the Bachelorette, IRL.
How much did you have to pay for this, Chris, before you continue?
It was $10. Not bad.
Oh,
that's not bad. Yeah, it's nothing. But I could have used that $10 actually. ID now I think about it. It would have been. But so we entered and we were like, all right, cool, we'll give it half an hour, maybe things will improve. We'll see the percentage, slightly shift downwards. But and it did. Like I think people started to stream in. We stayed there for like an hour and a half, and then it probably became like it doesn't sound the best when I'm talking about, but it was like 80-20% maybe. Like 80% males, 20% females. And you're totally right, bro, because that's exactly what it was. And I remember there was one woman where a guy was talking to her and then they ended their conversation. And this other guy from the far corners of fucking Rohirrim came, like ran across and like immediately started, engaging in a conversation. And I was like, holy shit, this is like predatory. Like this is actually scary. Like, I don't know, man. I couldn't shake the feeling that this felt like wrong. Like people had their eyes watching and were like, oh, they're free. I'm going to dive in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what's the strat? Like, is it a one-on-one conversation or is it a group conversation? Like, what's the vibe?
So I think majority came probably by themselves. There was like, there's a guy who rocked up in like KPMG like full outfit, which is interesting. Like he had KPMG pants, KPMG jumper, and then that guy was going around, to be fair, but like but no, I think like some people do come like together or like their friends. I came with a friend as well, but there is a strat. So the strat is, which we were about to leave, and it was like I'm just gonna hit the bathroom. So I went, left my mate alone, chucked a nice little lads, came back out. I saw Curry was hitting some bangs, and I was like, let me just quickly watch like a couple of minutes of the Warriors play here. Curry was doing excellent. Went back out, and then my mate was in a conversation with a woman, and it turned out that her friend and me, we like went to the bathroom at the same time. So these two were eventually able to talk. So you need to find like a gap where there's like a lull almost, and then you can engage. But that's if you have two people. With one person, I think it's that you have to send it essentially.
Well, maybe what I'm hearing is the strategy is to wait in the women's bathroom.
I'll go watch the Warriors for a bit, and then come back out and see what's happening. But there was actually one guy who unfortunately was a brother, but God, that guy was creepy, man. He was following this woman for like 40 minutes, and like following, straight up stalking. You could see this woman was trying to like go away. They had a conversation for like 20 minutes, and then again he tried to follow her, and like she left immediately. And I was like, dude, that was the clientele that was there. You know what I mean? That felt a little.
When you say a brother, you mean like one of our brothers or like a brother?
No, one of our brothers.
Okay. Well, that actually checks out then. That behavior makes sense. You're leering at her.
I was like, why are you surprised? This man was drooling, dude. It was kind of scary.
Oh, no.
Jeez. So did you find love, Kush? That's all I'm here to hear. I want to hear it.
No, I didn't find love. I did find my love for the NBA, though. That's where like I really saw the Warriors absolutely dominate. And that's why I got the Warriors merch now, because that's when I started following the NBA like a lot. I'm a big basketball fan now.
So at least you got something out of that night.
Yeah, at least I got some sort of affection, and that's from the sport.
Did you go to any other events like that, or?
Nah, not yet. Because then after that I went on leave. But now that I'm back,
sabbatical,
I will definitely engage. I will engage in more of these events. There's a bit of cloud here. So
what about the apps, Kush?
Yeah, the apps give you the code, but like honestly, the clientele is. I feel like I've seen some of these prompts. Like I don't know how it is in Sydney. I guess it's the same, but not that you two would know. But the prompts kind of like repeat themselves. There's always one that I see constantly. It's like dating like me is like the stock market, high risk, high reward, and I'm like, that doesn't even make fucking sense. So what about ETF? That's low risk, stable. That might be something someone might want to see on their prompt.
Have you tried that line? That's a great line.
No, I haven't tried it. I don't know what I did. Let me just quickly check. The profile that I have right now is 6 photos of me in the Golden Gate Bridge in different viewpoints, and all of my prompts are the Golden Gate Bridge. I'll send it to you because I was like, you know what? This is actually pretty funny. Coming from a guy from Sydney, Australia, and it's like, hold on.
Well, are you memeing?
Yeah, are you taking the piss on the apps? Or are you trying?
This last, like when I got photos of the Golden Gate Bridge, I was like, this is pretty funny. Let me see if this works. And to be fair, there was one who took it seriously. It was like, yeah, whenever like a tourist comes over here, they love the Golden Gate Bridge. And I was like, no, what the fuck? Like, that's not what I was aiming for. So, I'm willing to give it another shot for a week, see how it goes.
This is crazy. This is the rarest thing I've ever heard in my life. This guy's got 6 photos. Dude, they would think you're like acoustic for sure. You just really love bridges.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Man,
I don't know
bridges.
what to tell you.
Oh, that's fine.
You know what? Fair play this
honestly,
works.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated. And yeah, honestly, if you saw some of the prompts, I've seen like 20 of them like just repeat. Like, oh, I love long walks. Like, fuck, thank you, man. Like, that's great. You love to move your legs around and go for a walk. I love to pick fruit from a farm. Like, which farm are you fucking go to in the Bay Area? Like,
maybe the apps aren't for you, Kush.
maybe. Oh, and the amount of times they like spam you, like, oh, he's 50% off, he's 80% off, here's 20% off for a day. I'm like, what the hell is this, man?
Who's
it's like
spamming?
Like premium.
Oh, Hinge. Or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's actually pay to play, Kush. Surely you've got a subscription. You must have one.
You were telling me to pay to win. No, I don't know.
No, you honestly, if you actually look into, you probably should buy a premium.
you're telling me like, well, I had thoughts about this before. I was out. I don't know if they like put your profile out more.
They
if
do.
You pay.
They
Like,
absolutely do.
Really?
Mm.
And they promote it to the higher quality rockets as well.
Yeah, the high elo players.
Elo.
But I think it's an elo system.
This is competitive ranked, man. What is this? Like,
That's why I left the dating apps, Kush. Too many sweats.
Anyway, I think that's enough out of me. Shall we move on to the game?
Where actually wait, before that, when are you coming back, Kush? When are we next going to see you?
I mean, they'll see me in this app on YouTube. Like, I've actually got my video recording now. Last time I wasn't able to. So
good. Okay.
Should be able to see me now. Yeah, my devious mustache photo that's from like 4 years ago. But I don't know when I'll come next to Australia. I'm hoping at the end of the year, so we'll see how things pan out. But, you know.
Actually, we haven't had Kush on since you've changed your DP on Facebook. Can we talk about that very, very quickly? I just woke up one morning and Kush looks like an evangelical, like a pastor. Where did you get that photo done, brother?
So I think I mentioned this maybe the last time on the pod, but there's a photo booth here at our office. And I was like, every day I'll go to the photo booth, or like at least once a week, and see how like I will change working in corporate America. So that was like one of the first ones I took, and I was like, you know what? It's actually like this little beanie, this little smile there, man. Updated. The last photo I have, I look like a potential cast member of Mindhunter. So I was like, you know what? Let me change that out.
Man, you look like you're from like a Target ad or something.
We'll put it up. But Kush is wearing a beanie and he's with a vest. But the problem is there's a white background and he's wearing a white t-shirt. Yeah. So it just looks like he's disappearing into the background. But I will say it's a very nice DP.
Oh, yeah. Dude, they had a full DSLR in the photo booth. I could see it. I think it was a Canon. It wasn't
Look
bad,
how happy he is.
Yeah, you're stoked. You're stoked to be there. Love to see it.
Alrighty, boys. Our game today is The Price is Right. Ro, you've got a whiteboard. Kush will be writing his answer somewhere. And essentially, we're going to be talking about the cost of living. We did this, I think, a year ago, so we're going to do an update to it. You know, how well do you boys know what everyday items are? Oh, Ro's already put his hand in it.
Wait, how much could it cost? A banana? $10?
We'll see. You'll be surprised by some of these. All right, so some of these are normal everyday grocery items, and then some I've got like the average price of things across Sydney.
Okay.
All right, Kush, good luck with this. All right.
Thank you very much.
Well, actually, this one's actually a worldwide thing. There's a worldwide shortage of eggs. So, boys, tell me, from Woolworths, how much is a dozen extra large free range eggs?
Dozen extra large free range eggs. Okay.
All right. Ro's got an answer. Kush, do you have an answer?
I do have an answer as well.
We'll go closest answer wins. So, Ro, you've said.
I've said $11 for a dozen eggs.
$11 for a dozen eggs. So you reckon it's almost 80 cents an egg, 90 cents an egg?
It's gotten up there.
All right. Kush, what do you have? In AUD, please.
I went $12.99 AUD.
Boys, you've gone way over. It's $6.60 for a dozen eggs.
No, mate. No, where? Sorry. When has this been done? Because eggs.
This morning.
Okay, well, eggs have gone back down now. Dude, there was a time.
I agree. They were cooked. I'm pretty sure in the US as well, they were going up to they had no eggs altogether.
Dude, the last time I bought eggs, it was $11 for the eggs.
Really?
Yeah. All right, okay. So it's, all right, I understand.
These prices are as of this morning. All right, 3 liters home brand. A steal. Next one, 3 liters home brand full cream milk.
Home brand. So we're not talking A2 here or dairy.
Dude, I got the price of A2 if you want to give me that as well, because that was outrageous.
No, it's fine. Yeah. Home brand is
3 liter A2? I can do both.
Yeah, give me both. I'll give you an extra point. So currently, Ro got a point for that first one. All right, Ro, do you have an answer?
I've gone $4.50 for the home brand and $6.50 for the A2 premium.
All right, Kush, do you have an answer?
I went $4.99 for the home brand, and I went $8.99 for the A2.
So the home brand 3 liters was $4.35.
Yeah.
So Ro was the closer one there. A2 milk for the Hectics 3 liters $9.90.
Wow.
Jeez.
So Kush gets that one then.
Wow.
Dude, that's outrageous.
That's gonna be
$10.
No.
That's gonna be blessed from the cow. That's crazy.
It's a holy cow.
Lives, bro. Cause he lives.
All right. So far, it is 2-1 to Rohit. Next one is a normal loaf of white bread, Tip Top branded.
Tip Top's the one. Good on your mum.
Tip Top is indeed the one, not brand sponsored at all. All right. Rose looking at an answer. Kush, do you have an answer?
I do have an answer, and I'm going to go $5.50 for Tip Top.
All right, Kush has gone $5.50. Ro, what have you gone?
I locked in $4.75.
$4.50.
Yes.
All right,
Oh.
3-1 to Ro. Sorry, 4-1 to Ro.
Shocking.
Next one. A 1.2 kilo box of Wheat Bix.
I haven't bought Weet-Bix in ages, but I know cereal is really expensive.
All right, Kush, do you have an answer?
I do have an answer, and I'm going to go $5.70.
No, man, you're
$5.70.
dreaming.
Ro has gone.
$8.95.
Kush is right. $6.
Okay, so Weet-Bix is one of the cheaper
Yeah.
It's
ones.
one of the cheaper ones. There was Nutri-Grain that was like $9.
Yeah, Nutri-Grain and like cornflakes.
Cornflakes was unbelievably expensive.
Crazy, right? Okay, yeah, I don't know how much Weet-Bix is.
Wow.
All right, next one. Your regular Tim Tam, a regular size of Tim Tam and the regular flavor as well. So one little 100-gram box of Tim Tam. Kush, what have you got?
I remember the days when they had like a 2 for $6. You get a double chocolate OG Tim Tam. Wow. Stunning. But now, one Tim Tam packet, I think they now go 2 for $10. So I'm going to say this is $6.50.
All right, he's gone $6.50.
I went $5.50.
Kush's logic was outstanding. You're both correct. It's $6 for one. So you're both 50 cents off. But yeah, you're right. It is 2 for 10, Kush. How the hell do you know that?
Nah, because I mean, 2 for $6, inflation, cost of living. 2 for $8 sounds too good.
Dude,
2
I
for
remember
10
you could get-
works in this.
You could get Tim Tam for like $2, $3 back in the day.
Yeah, dude. It's 3x now.
Next one, a regular 180-gram block of Cadbury Dairy Milk.
Ooh, I feel like this has gone up. I feel like this has gone up big time. Chocolate is, I don't know, something like Cadbury chocolate as well. I remember as well back in the day, caramel and how much was that? Like $4.99?
No,
That's what
dude,
you see when it first came out?
you could get caramel for like $3.50.
Wow, what a time to be alive.
All right, Kush. Regular Cadbury Dairy Milk, 180 grams.
180 grams. I think this is the small vertical block, right? Not the little rectangular one.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, what?
Well,
Just your normal vertical block.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm going to say this is $7.50. I think this has gone up.
Ro,
I've gone $6.20, I think around the Tim Tam region.
if I told you it was $8, would you believe me?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I knew it.
$8?
$8.
Dude, you're dreaming.
Ro is up by 1. Your next one. Next item. Red Rock Deli, sweet chili and sour cream, just a normal size packet. So not the little values
Ooh.
one and not the big family one, just your normal one that you would share with a couple of friends.
Yeah. Okay. I'm seeing this on the shelf. I think this too has also gone up. This used to be like $3. I'm going to put in a value of $5.70.
All right. Kush has gone $5.70. Ro.
I think $5.70 might be when it's on special. I went $8.95.
So the large one is, $8.95 or $9. The regular one is $6.
What? Oh, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the large
You're thinking
one.
of the big
Let's come
daddy
back.
one. Scores are tied. Well done.
All right.
Next up, last of our grocery ones. And there's a reason why I'm asking this one specifically, and I'll tell you while you write your answers. Boys, how much is a 4-pack of Maxibon?
The original flavor?
Yeah, original flavor.
Sorry, remind me, which one? What's Maxibon? Which
One
ice cream
side
is it?
is the cookie, and the other side is like your normal choc top.
Oh yeah, I've never bought this personally. This is not a grocery item in the family.
I went and bought one last weekend. Full price I paid you, mind you, because someone in our soccer team was telling us that they're addicted to Maxibons, and they have 2 a day.
What?
They have one after lunch
Yay.
and one after dinner. So much so this person's even bought them at work, and he's like hidden them in his work freezer.
It's crazy. So Maxibon's $4. I feel like they're a premium, maybe like $3 in ice cream. So let's go like, I don't know.
All right, Kush, what have you locked in?
I'm going to lock in $9.50. I have a feeling this might be 10, but I'm going to lock in $9.50.
All right,
I've overshot this maybe $13.50 for Maxibons.
it's a tie. Then $11.50 for 4.
Wow. Almost $3 in ice cream. That is crazy.
That is crazy.
Is that a lot?
That
a
is
lot?
pretty expensive for
Okay.
4.
That's expensive.
All right, next up, as of this morning, what is the average price for 95 petrol in Sydney?
Mate, I'm a 91 guy myself.
I know you are. That's why I went for the more premium stuff. Kush, you're just going to have to guess here. 95 petrol. So it's not, the top stuff is 98. So this is one level below it.
Kush has got no idea. He's dealing with gallons these
Yeah, I
days.
don't drive, brother.
So this is where I'm going to get rattled here because I myself, I'm a 7-Eleven man only. I use the fuel lock feature, a nifty feature, mind you, which allows you to lock in the price, the cheapest price of your local 7-Eleven.
We're not sponsored by 7-Eleven.
No, I understand that. But you know what the price I locked in yesterday was?
Yeah.
$1.58. Now, that...
For 91, though.
For 91, right? So obviously add a couple of cents for 95.
Yeah.
But that was the cheapest that it could find.
Correct.
So
this is the average price across Sydney as per fuelcheck.com or something.
Okay.
Across Sydney.
Across Sydney.
I'm going to say it in cents because I'm a man of culture.
Okay, fine. Give me in cents.
192 cents per litre.
Per litre. All right. So you've said $1.92. Ro, what have you said?
I went $2.10.
And you are the closest. It's $2.02.
Wow.
For 95. Next up. This is across Australia. I don't know how they found these stats, but this is a stat. The average cost of a monthly internet plan for a house.
Monthly cost? All right. I mean, I was literally looking at plans recently, but once again, I choose the cheapest option.
What were you looking at?
I was looking at a beautiful, it's called Mate. It's like a Telstra. It's a Telstra knockoff, but it's cheaper.
How much are they offering?
Mate, they were giving $60.
What were you getting?
Before?
No. Like, what are you getting that $60?
I don't know. Like
what speeds?
I don't know what the speeds are.
So these ones are, so this average price is for 60 Mbps, unlimited data.
All right.
Oh, okay. The one area where I would say the Americans have over Australia.
That is
just
true.
The speeds.
What do you have, Kush?
I'm live and direct on 1 gigabyte per second right now. Incredible.
I knew he was going to do that. How much are you saying per month, Kush? Well, 1 gigabyte per second is insane.
Yeah, that's why, whenever we're playing, whatever it is, 2K card, I'll join your servers. No dramas, no lags, no latency. I am fine. I will say 70 AUD a month.
I went 80 AUD a month.
It is exactly 80 AUD a month.
Let's go.
Oh, wow.
How much are you paying, Kush?
Shocker. I think $27.50 a month.
For 1 gig a second, unlimited data, 27. Wait, USD or AUD?
USD.
So that's what, 50. Let's call that 50 bucks. It's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
All right. Let's talk about transportation, boys. What is the weekly cap for an Opal card? So after you hit this limit on the Opal card, everything you travel after is free.
I don't have an Opal card.
Oh, but isn't there a limit on like adults and like the youth?
This is adults. This is adult fares, Kush. We're all adults here.
Okay.
How does that work? I don't have an Opal card either, but do you reckon if I tap my bank card, it still tracks it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it would be the same then.
No, sorry. As in, there's no limit. Like you will pay.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
Shit, maybe I should get an Opal card then.
I could give you the adult cap, and I could give you the youth cap as well.
I only want the adult cap, Kush, please. I don't have
I can give you both.
All right, give me both then.
I am, of course, a trained merchant, and that will always remain. So $50 is the cap for adults, and I believe $25 for the youth.
All right, Ro, what do you have for adults?
I got $30 for the adults.
Kush is spot on for the adults, and I'm going to believe that he's probably spot on for the youth as well.
Yeah, I remember this.
Oh, so it's back to even. All right, next one. How much is a Big Mac here in Sydney or in Australia, I guess?
I'm going to say $7.95 AUD.
All right.
I went $6.95 AUD.
It's $7.90.
Oh, well done, Kush. $7.90 for a Big Mac.
Yeah.
Bro. I want a Big Mac meal with $7.90.
Dude, have you been priced out of Macca's?
I like our friend Jeffrey on the show last week. I'm only a My Macca's app merchant, so I also have not paid full price for Macca's in years. Like we went to Macca's to try the matcha.
Yeah.
Actually, we went the night before to try the matcha, but it was sold out. And so we decided, while we're here, we may as well get a meal. Sen was like ordering his thing, and I was like, guys, I got a deal. So we split like a $16. What was it? We got like a Big Mac, a quarter pound, a cheeseburger, chips, nuggets for $16.
Pretty good.
$8 per person. It was a good food.
It's not bad.
That's good.
All right. So Kush is up by 1. Next one. How much is a Zinger box in this day and age?
Oh, I think, I'm a avid listener of the podcast, and Jeffrey, friend of the show last week, mentioned the price. So I'm going to say $14.95 AUD.
I also have $14.95 AUD.
All right. Good to know that you're both listening. All right. Kush is still up by 1. Next one. How much is a brand new base model Toyota Corolla?
What the fuck?
Like 2025 model?
Yeah.
Hatchback or sedan?
Sedan.
All right.
Hint, it's more than you think. I was shocked.
I've got no idea.
Say yes, Kush.
I'm just going to say 45,000 AUD.
I also had 45,000 AUD.
39,000
Oh,
AUD.
just had 40K. I was thinking that.
Mm.
But then you said more than you think, so it rattled me.
Yeah.
I thought a new Corolla was like 20 grand, 25
No,
grand.
no, it's a used Corolla gets
That's
20 grand.
crazy. All right, so Kush is still up by one. Next one. How much is a VMAX ticket? So if you went to event cinemas, how much is a VMAX ticket for an adult?
Oh, it's right up Kush's alley. Surely you've purchased many of those in your time.
Oh, many. But like, God, there's such a robbery now in Australia. By the way, I don't know if I told you guys, but you remember the deal where I could watch 3 movies a week on my streaming service, the cinemas?
Yeah.
They've actually upped it to 4 movies a week now.
Who was using 3 movies a week?
I'm just saying, like, it's a good deal, but a VMAX
Wait,
ticket.
one sec. I got to write something down because I only look, I'm a savvy guy. I'm only buying Cinebuzz tickets. Do you know what I mean? Like with the Cinebuzz discount. So VMAX.
Let's say you want savvy though. You didn't have a Cinebuzz account or membership. How much, if you're going and you're a schmuck and you pay full price, how much is an adult VMAX ticket?
I believe, because I remember the Telstra one was $15.50, so I'm going to say this was $22.50 AUD.
All right. Ro?
I thought the normal tickets are like that. I said $30 for a VMAX.
So I went to go check you Lilo and Stitch tonight, 6 p.m. at Castle Towers, VMAX, adult, $30.
Yeah. Oh, do I get a spot on? $30.
Wow.
Let's go.
That's outrageous. Dude, I remember when
$30?
it used to be $12.50, I swear, on like cheap Tuesdays or whatever, or like $10.
Nah, not anymore.
$30 to go watch Lilo and Stitch, bro.
Dude, I haven't paid
Should
more
come
than
with
like...
a fucking mental health check with it.
Yeah, no good.
That's more than what I'm paying per month to watch 16 movies in a month.
Okay, all right, good. Relax.
That's ridiculous.
All right, a couple more to go. It's back to being a tie game. All right, lads, in Australia, what is the average gym membership per month?
So obviously you got your higher end gyms, like your Fitness First, etc. I myself am an anytime fitness man, but then you got your lower ones, which is like the Plus Fitness, Crunch Fitness, all that
Snap
sort of gear,
Fitness.
Snap Fitness. So
You got your Virgin Actives.
yeah, it's premium.
That's premium plus.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you're on the right path there, right? It's a bit of I feel like most people, the prices that we know are the low end ones, but I feel like this is actually quite high. I'm going to say 65 AUD a month.
Okay. I said 120 AUD a month.
Ro, you were close. It's 102 AUD per month.
What?
All right.
Whoa,
Ro's up by
man.
one. Next one. How much, on average, is tennis court hire for 1 hour?
This is another one I don't pay for either because I know the codes. So I just walk in willy-nilly at will.
Wait, is this, you said per hour or per day?
Per hour. So you can book them for 1 hour slots. How much is an hour slot?
Who's fucking averaging this, bro? Nobody cares.
You'd be surprised, dude.
All right. I'm just going to take a long shot. 25 AUD now.
All right. Ro,
I said 25 as well.
damn it. It's 32 AUD
Really?
for an hour. Yeah.
Oh,
You
I
wouldn't
was
know, though.
thinking
Ro.
about saying 30.
Ro is still up by one. We got 3 more to go. All right. What is the average salary in Sydney in AUD? So your annual salary.
How much do you boys make?
I'm down ATO.
All right. I'm going to say 85,000 AUD.
All right. And Ro, you've said
I've said 90 grand.
83,000 AUD.
Ooh. Wow.
Kush is doing very well for a man who hasn't lived here in 10 months. All right. It's tie game again. 2 more to go. What is the median weekly rent in Sydney? Weekly rent.
Well, what? This is me nothing. Like how many beds?
So across
Just across
everything.
the board.
It's for houses.
Yeah.
And they've used 2 and 3 bedroom houses as the
I'm going to seem like that politician who thought it was like $350 a week. Who was it? Do you remember?
wasn't it that liberal lady?
Yeah, the Liberal lady. When she got asked like, "Oh, how much is rent?" She's like, "Oh, you can get a beautiful house for $350."
825 AUD per week.
I think Kush might have got it. I said $1,000.
I think Kush might be Googling these answers because it's $800 per week is the median rent.
Is the median?
Yes, sir.
Where
I
are
know
you
my
finding a
house.
house
I know
for
my
$800 a week?
Got to think about out west as well.
No, I don't even out west. I think it's that much.
That's still a lot of money. $3,200 a month. All right.
Yeah.
And all right. So Ro, all you can do is really tie it. Final one. And this data point is as at October 2024. That's the latest one I could find. What is the median house price here in Sydney?
Well, it's an expensive place. And like I said, I know my houses, I know my rent, I know my apartments, I know my tenants, I know my landlords. And I'm going to say 1.75 million.
I got 1.2 milli.
I don't know how he's done this.
No way.
It's 1.65 million.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
1.65 million to own a house. Median. That's ridiculous.
Almost 2 mil.
Dude, what the heck am I going to do, bro? I'm moving to Ballina.
I'm going to be one of those squatters, bro. I'm just going to find one of those rundown houses and just live in it.
No, the only thing we can afford is like some house on a floodplain where like
or you're going to have to live next to a train line or under a flight path or something.
Something like that. Wowee. Well done, Kush.
Wait,
well done, Kush.
Thank you. What was the median salary? That was like 80 something, right?
Yeah, sorry. That's what I was trying to get at. Yeah. So the median salary or the average salary, sorry, is 83,000, but the median house price is 1.65 million.
Crazy.
That is actually crazy. Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing a segment called Reverse Colonialism because, well, look, I went on some travels to Bali and India, actually. So I came back with a newfound appreciation of Asia, about what the culture brings, about certain, things that they have there that they use on a regular basis that we don't have here. But I thought, you know what? Why not? Why not? Unfortunately, Kush has had to leave. So, we quickly recorded an outro. So you'll hear him again, in the next couple of minutes, but not for this segment. It's just Sen and I. So the first one I have is over there, their kind of, food delivery app in India is called Swiggy. Okay. So Swiggy has a deal during the IPL and it is 66% off.
What?
For 6 minutes. Every time a 6 is hit. Dude, so I'm sitting there like watching the IPL games, hitting a 6. I rock up into the Swiggy app, like all these, selected stores are 66% off. And I'm just ordering American chop sueys, buttered chickens, Kerala beef, all this sort of stuff, non-stop. And it's the craziest deal of all time.
How do they make money? Because I want to look up. You keep talking. I want to look up on average how many 6s are hit in a game.
Yeah, dude. It's so it's like I think it's actually 7 minutes. I don't know how long it is. But
surely they keep with the theme of 6 minutes.
Right. So yeah, there's a certain certain time frame where you got to get in an order. Right. I have no idea how they make money. They must be losing money hand over fist because there's no way 66% off.
Sorry, I'm still looking up the total 6s hit in IPL 2025. Because there's no way they can make money off this.
Well, I don't know who subsidizes it, whether it's the restaurant or Swiggy itself.
Okay, so in the total season, this season, there was 1,294 6s. That can't, this doesn't make sense to me.
So times that by 6 minutes. How many minutes? So it's around 7,000, over 7,000 minutes where everything was discounted by 2/3.
So it's about 100 hours, let's say.
Yeah. So you had all the time in the world. But I'll tell you one thing. That was honestly some of the best days of my life.
That's crazy. That's a good deal.
The food's already cheap.
I was going to say, you as a Westerner, do you really need an extra 6?
No, I don't. But I'll tell you, it was electric.
So what? A butter chicken went from being $5 to now $2.
Yeah. Literally, it was like that.
That's pretty good.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
And was it speedy? Did they deliver it pretty quickly?
As in it's the same 30, 40 minutes, depending on the location of the
great
restaurant.
Deal, though, because I'd be glued to the IPL like there's no tomorrow. I'd be like ravenous, waiting for every 6
Yeah, here. Not only that, you're ravenous for you're on the Swiggy app. Like I reckon they got hella business. That must be how they make money.
A Swiggy? I've never even heard of that app though.
So I think there's two. It's like Zomato is one of them.
Yeah, I know Zomato.
And Swiggy's the other one, but Swiggy's kind of the one that's like taken over.
Okay.
I don't know anyone who uses Zomato actually. All right, the next thing I have, I mean, this is like a staple in Indonesia. When we went to Bali, Sen, we went to like numerous beach clubs.
Yep.
And can someone riddle me why we don't have beach clubs in Australia? In Sydney, no less?
Because all the prime real estate has been taken up by property developers and homeowners.
No, but I'm sure.
It's all been privatized.
No, I don't care about that. But I'm saying it should be there. It's
It
like
should,
the
I agree.
ideal. Like, so here's the thing, right? You walk into, let's say, Finn's Beach Club, Mr. Potato Head. It's a beautiful area where you can enjoy yourself, have bucket loads of drinks, enjoy the view. But if you want to swim, you can go to the beach, you can come back, or you can swim in the pool. It's like a win-win-win.
It's twofold. The beaches here in Australia, or Sydney, let's say, it's all meant to be public, so anyone can use it at their will, and you can bring your own drinks if you want. And then all the other areas, like I said, people put houses there.
It's just I'm just furious because
It's great. I love it.
So
it's,
good,
and it's not even just Indonesia. I mean, they have it like in Europe and stuff like that. The beach clubs.
It's just here that it's not. It's because the greedy people are
It's
taking
the greed of humans. But no, I loved Potato Head and because it's so cheap as well. Like
and
they treat you like kings.
They treat you like absolute kings. Like you get one dedicated waiter, and usually it's annoying at a restaurant because I don't know. The waiter's got multiple people that they're dedicated to and you can't just call someone random. But I'm pretty sure it's like a, 1-to-1 ratio with staff to bed. So you just have this dedicated guy or woman who's just there to make sure you have a good time.
And it's a lawless place kind of. Like anything kind of goes. Like they really only have one rule, don't take glass into the pool. And even then that's
that's a suggestion as well. Oh, I really, honestly, I had such a good time there. The beach clubs were unbelievable.
And they're not expensive either. So as in like, you still got to spend money, but it's not like, for example, if a beach club here in Sydney was there, you'd be spending, I reckon, 5-6 times more to get the same kind of experience, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think so. But this leads me to my next point, all right? So in terms of price, it was like about $100 per person for like the 5 of us. But Australian, right? But the thing is, what they do is they add that to your bar tab.
Yeah.
So entry is technically free. And I was going to spend $100 on drinks there anyway.
Correct.
They're obviously a bit overpriced. So it's like you get in for free.
Yeah.
And it's just added to your bar tab and you can order food or drinks or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think their business model is like you're going to overspend eventually.
Exactly.
But I love it. I loved it.
Because it was like, I remember it was min spend $500 per bed or whatever.
Yeah.
But like you said, you're paying that entrance fee and it goes towards that min spend.
It goes towards it.
So it's, you're right. It is free.
It's it's honestly so good. And like, to be fair, we paid like a couple $100 more than the min spend, but we were going to do that anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like here, if they had it, like they would be charging min's entry fee plus min spend and nothing would go to it. And actually it's funny because like when you go to the clubs in Bali, women free entry as per, right? But men, $20 entry or whatever the price is.
Pretty good.
But the $20 gets you 2 free drinks. So it's like, I'm going to buy the drinks anyway.
That's a great deal then.
It's so good. I really like, they just give you like drink coupons for your entry fee. And it's like, it is the best system ever. You know what I mean? Like we go to a club here in Sydney, God forbid, we're spending $30-$40 just to get in and what?
Before that, you're getting probably manhandled by the secchi.
Yeah. The secchi didn't even, last time I went to the club, the secchi didn't even believe it was my ID.
Yeah, and then you got to pay on top for drinks inside. Like that $40 is just to even get in. Like it's not going towards anything.
So like I'm spending, but I'm not really. Like it just feels, the transaction feels so nice. Like I'm happy to pay this entry fee because I get a little coupon.
I think that's my thing that I would take from Asia is I feel like your money goes a lot further in Asia than it does here in Australia.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And money solves all your problems. I remember we were in Bali and these Aussie hooligans were on the tables dancing and the security guard came over to try and get him down off the table. And this bloke just like handed him what would be the equivalent of like 3 or 4 AUD, but in like whatever it is in Indonesian rupiah. And the security guard took the money and just walked off. They just turned a blind eye to it.
Yeah, I mean, this is how corruption begins.
I was going to say, like, basically what I'm asking for is corruption and bribery, but like within reason, a bit of fun here and there.
Yeah, no, obviously, like it goes a long way, and that's obviously part of it. But I don't know. I think it's just it was just a good system. The next one I have is from India. And tell me if you agree with this, all right? But I want to bring bucket showers to Australia. I'll tell you why, right? We, live in a country where there's hella droughts.
Yeah.
Buckets is a fixed volume of water.
Yeah.
And if you have multiple buckets, you got multiple sizes.
Yeah,
you want the medium sized bucket, you want the large sized bucket, whatever. And the last bit of the bucket where you pour the water over your head,
the grand finale,
might be one of the most underrated feelings of all time.
It's a great feeling. It is a very good feeling. And then often you ration it out to begin with. Like you do your normal ones, and you leave just enough for the last big. Yeah,
the big hurrah. It's like the finale at the fireworks.
It's it's kind of religious almost. It's a spiritual feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, so I did it for like 2 weeks, and I was on like this Andrew Human because there was no hot water basically. Yeah. So I was just having cold water showers.
Oh, you didn't heat up the water? Like normally they have like a stove nearby where they heat up the water.
Yeah, so you could either like turn the geyser on and wait for like 30 minutes for your shower, or you could boil the water. And I didn't have time for either of those things. Yeah. So I'm like, sack this up. I'm just going to have cold showers every morning for 2 weeks. Cold shower interspersed with buckets is like, I felt primal. Like felt really good. I actually don't think this one will catch on, but the other two should be. All right, I'll pass on to you, Sen, and I got a couple more as well.
I've just got a couple of quick ones. One of mine is I just want shops to stay open late, especially food places. Like when I went to Malaysia, I think a year or two ago, we went. Okay, I think this might just be a Malaysian thing, or maybe just my family in Malaysia, but they don't think about dinner until 9 or 10 p.m. So this might just be them. But like here in Sydney, your only options at 9 or 10 p.m. are like Macca's.
That's it.
Really. But there we went down the street and there was this big like family Chinese restaurant at the end of their street, packed at 10 p.m. And we were just ordering like massive fishes and like fried rice and noodles. And we were there until like 12:31. And they were still getting people in.
That's crazy. At 1 a.m.
At 1 a.m. it was packed. They were serving food. It was great food as well, mind you, at dirt cheap prices. And the quality was good. The service was good. And it's just common there. It's just normal. It's just normal to go for like a late night meal at like 10 11 o'clock.
So they talk about the Protestant work ethic, but like, dude... These Asians.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They must be literally pulling in 18-hour days.
No. So that's the thing. I'm pretty sure because we drove past that restaurant the next day, or maybe it was before, but we drove past maybe at 12 or 11 and they weren't open, like in the day. Oh, so they open up like lunch or later in the afternoon and then they go long.
Yeah. But even then, like, it's just, I don't know how they do it. It would suck. It would actually suck. It would,
but like as a tourist who's hungry late at night, it was great. It's so good.
Yeah, so yesterday I went to watch a candlelight concert.
Yeah.
So we're watching Coldplay, whatever. So that finished at like 8:30, right? So we're walking around looking for dinner places. Mate, shuts at 9 p.m., shuts at 9 p.m., shuts at 9 p.m. Absolute nightmare.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, to be fair, these workers are probably getting paid.
No, they probably own it. It's all mum and pop
family
shops.
owned. It's all family owned. The other thing I want to add is I want cheap convenience stores here in Australia. One of my favorite things of going to like, was it Japan or Indonesia, Thailand, is just going to the 7-Eleven and buying like a little, iced coffee for 30 cents or 40 cents and like snacks for so cheap. If I went to a 7-Eleven here, I'm paying $7 for an iced coffee.
Yeah. And even if you want the food, it's much lower quality as well.
Yeah,
like exactly. I would even say keep the prices as is, but just give me better quality stuff. Like the sushi in 7-Eleven here is garbage. Like the sandwiches. Who's eating like
I don't know.
Ham and cheese and tomato sandwich? It looks
disgusting.
It's trash. I have I have one from Japan actually, and I want to know which one's better. So in India and actually Indonesia, they have the hand bidets. So they have the hand butt washers. Like you've got to physically take the nozzle.
The nozzle, yeah.
And, reach under yourself and then just blast, right? Japan is like evolved to no hands.
AI, yeah.
It's AI bidets, right? Yeah. I really did like the bidets. Did you try the bidets?
In Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah, every day.
So it was Migs that didn't try the bidet.
Yeah, he was a coward.
Yeah, he didn't do it at all. So I was bideting it up deluxe, right? But I wanted to have a discussion. Do you prefer the handless bidet or the...
No. It's the nozzle. I prefer where I control the action, jamboree. Because I like the Japanese one, but it was always just that. I don't know about you, but I always got a bit nervous. Like you press the button and I'm like, oh, where's it going to shoot this and it was always pinpoint straight up my asshole.
Yeah.
So it always tickled.
Yeah.
Whereas with the bidet, with the nozzle, you have it's a bigger range.
Yeah, the hand bit. It's not a direct spray. It's more. It's not a direct like
Let me use gun terms. The Japanese one is like a Uzi. It's just bang straight. Whereas the bidet is more like a shotgun. It's got a good spread, as Bill Burr would say.
It's got a good spread.
So I prefer that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I really enjoyed there's like pros and cons. Like you said, you have a bit more control. But what I found is that some hand nozzle bidets, what are they called? Do you know what they're called?
It's just a bidet.
Whatever. Hand bidets.
Yeah.
I'm just call them hand bidets.
It's just bidet.
Like hand onions. No, but bidet implies it's handless. Like,
does it?
Yeah, bidet is like the hands-free, shots.
I always thought bidet was the hand. Anyway, it doesn't really matter.
All right, so look, hand bidet.
Yeah.
Sometimes the strength wasn't there. Like the water pressure wasn't all that, which is actually really annoying.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
But if you think about it, right, like here, if you go to the bathroom, this is why I always shower after I take a dump. But if I have to take a dump outside, it's like I'm just cleaning crap with paper.
Yeah, it's chat.
If crap got onto my hands and I clean it with paper,
no,
that would not be sufficient.
Correct.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway,
no, I'm with you. Whenever I take a shit at work, it's like I wish they had bidets at work.
Yeah. No good. The next one is from India as well. So when I went overseas, like there's not really Indian restaurants and Chinese restaurants. It's mostly, at least in Kerala, at least this is, right? So there's just restaurants and they have 120 things on the menu and they do 3 or 4 different cuisines.
Yeah.
Indian, Chinese, like Afghani, like kebabs, there's like Thai sometimes. I didn't dare try the Thai, but Gordon Ramsay always says like a smaller menu is sufficient.
Yeah.
But when I went and I was ordering either Indian, Afghani or Chinese, there was no misses.
Yeah.
There's literally no misses. And so imagine this, right? You go out with your friends. Oh, what should we eat today? Should we have Thai? Should we have Chinese?
You gotta choose one.
Who cares, bro? We go to this hotel.
You get everything.
Choose whatever you need. It's unbelievable.
I feel like it can be hit and miss. I feel like, isn't there places in Sydney that do sort of like that?
I think so, but
like a Rashes, they try and dabble in a couple of different cultures.
Yeah, they do. But
I wouldn't fucking go there.
No way.
So yeah, I don't think there's anywhere here in Sydney that does. Yeah, it's nice going and just like I want all my options in one place.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's high quality. Like you said, there's Rashes.
Yeah,
but they're whatever, by the by, no matter what Mahmoud Ismail tries to sell you.
Actually, one of the worst videos I've seen in my life, dude. There's no way he enjoyed that as much as he gave off in that video.
Yeah.
We're really getting niche.
Yeah, that's a niche reference. Anyways, so in India when I had it, I was just it's not traditional Chinese. Let's just put that on the table, right? It's not, and I didn't touch the Thai food, nor am I going to try pasta, right? But if you go for like the, Asian style, Central Asia as well, they were just good quality. So honestly, I was a big fan. One
thing I want to bring is, again, this might show my ignorance, but I want that subservient attitude. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like people in Asia just want to go above and beyond to help you. Yeah. Like when we were in Vietnam, we had like a Grab driver who then gave us his WhatsApp number, but like, don't need to go through Grab, go through me, pay me in cash. I'll give you a discount. Yeah. Like he was ravenous. Like here in Sydney, if I got an Uber driver and then they're like, here, have my number after, I'm calling the cops. Yeah. So like that, just small things like that. And like the restaurant staff or hotel staff just often go above and beyond to help you. Yeah. Whereas here, I reckon they spit in your face. Yeah. You try and ask hotel staff here for anything. No, I think you're right. I think there's it's just the culture, I guess. Like it's much more communal culture. Yeah. You're right. Like I could not complain. There was faultless service. Yeah. Like even from the bloke, there's like a guy whose job it is to press the elevator lift button. And even he went like he's above and beyond, and in a small way. And there's a guy who's just like cleaning the toilets nonstop and like just so lovely, man. You can't complain. I literally didn't have a bad experience anywhere I went. Yeah. The next thing I want to bring from Asia is like haggling. The fact that I can't haggle, dude, there's a level of excitement that's just lost. All right. I want to go in, like even street markets, like not glebe markets or Kirribilli markets where you're paying out the wazoo. Like, where are the fake jerseys? Yeah. Where is the, Abibas that I can find? I mean, I'm sure there's laws that protect all that stuff here in Australia.
What? Like the copyright?
Copyright, yeah, infringement.
Okay, fine. Forget all that. But I want like the cheap, like just like trinkets, you know?
Yeah.
Every market I've been to, these guys, it's all like handmade, handcrafted, artisanal this,
which means
artisanal
you're paying
that.
5 times the price.
Yeah, and not only that, the prices are fixed. I
Yeah,
wouldn't mind if it's artisanal and it's a bit of back and forth.
Yeah,
that would be kind of fun.
Nah.
Like some of the most fun you can have in Asia is bartering.
Yeah, why don't we barter anymore here?
Oh, I don't know, man.
It's a lost art.
It's a lost art.
It is pretty fun when you try and barter and then you like get to a price and you're like, actually, I don't want it. And you walk away and then you have the old Asian lady just yelling at you as you walk away.
Yeah. Sometimes you just barter, not even because you want to buy.
Just for a bit of fun.
Yeah. It's just an electric feeling, dude. I swear to God. Anyways, that I feel like is a lost art. The last one I have is like auto rickshaws or tuk-tuks.
Yeah, I had that one on my list.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the most fun modes of transportation of all time.
But that's purely India only. No one else has auto rickshaws.
Auto rickshaws, I think it's called tuk-tuks in Thailand or like.
But do they have them operationally?
Yeah, I don't know. Like the ones in Thailand actually are sick because you get in there, they're operational, but it's like a whole karaoke thing.
Yeah, they got like stereo systems and stuff.
Yeah. But the autos in India are like
mental.
Oh, like
they kind of scare me though. Low key scary.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Because they've only got 3 wheels, firstly, so immediately imbalance there, and like you got to balance it as well. Like if you have like too much weight on one side, you gotta have to like try and balance it. Otherwise, you're gonna tip over. And like they drive like maniacs as well.
They drive like, but you know what? I felt way more safe in an auto. Like I use Grab in Bali to get around on the bikes, and that.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't do that.
You know why I did that? Oh, dude. So it was crazy. Like the Bali traffic was insane. People talk about it. When you look on Google Maps, it's like 50-minute car ride or 7-minute bike ride.
Yeah, it's fucked.
And it's like, well,
it's an easy choice,
I've got to, run the gauntlet. And there was one, like I would always ask the driver, hey, give me a helmet. And if it didn't have a helmet, I'd just tell him to jog on.
Yeah.
But I'm on the back of the bike and I felt obviously super unsafe. Like I don't really drive bikes here. I don't like it. But in an auto, actually, I felt, I don't know, there's walls around me.
Yeah,
like it
true.
feels a bit more protective. Actually, no, I got one more.
No.
I got one more. So in a night out in Sydney, you've got bars, you've got clubs. When I went out in Bali, the most fun I had was going to like open live karaoke bars.
Oh yeah.
And they were everywhere. Yeah. And they were, I don't know, like it's just really entertaining. I know they have them here in Sydney, but it's not as prevalent.
Where?
I don't know. I went to Rag and Famish Hotel in North Sydney.
Okay.
And they had it there. Maybe it was just that night, but it's not like a every night thing. Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. So we went to this, like we were just walking around and there was a karaoke bar. So all right, we'll go in through. And so we're sitting down, everyone's having a good time. And then this Indonesian brother came around to us and he's trying to sell us his jet skis, packages and all this sort of gear. And we're like, oh, like maybe, like we took his number down because I was actually keen to the jet skis. He gets up on stage and he calls one of our friends out, Rav. And so Rav goes up on stage with him and then I was like, oh, let's sing a song together. And it was a beautiful moment, heart moment. What's the word? Heartwarming moment is what the word is. And so they get up on stage and they're like, oh, what song should we sing? And this guy's like, oh, we should, like, I love this Hindi song. Rav's like, brother, I don't speak Hindi. And then the guy's like, well, we're doing this Hindi song. And so it was, Tum Hi Ho.
Oh, yeah.
It's like iconic.
One of the goats.
One of the goats, right? But Rav doesn't speak Hindi. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know about the language. So he's up there like Rufus Rice trying to sing the Indian national anthem, you know what I mean? Without knowing the words. Meanwhile, this Indonesian guy is just belting it out. So good. The poor Rav, he's just sitting there like watching this guy on Australian Idol. But I don't know. Live karaoke is a lot of fun.
Why is it a stereotype that Asians love karaoke? I feel like no other culture gets around karaoke like the Asians.
Oh, who knows, man?
Like when we went to Halong Bay and like at night they had entertainment and the entertainment was karaoke and like no one was going up and they're like, you know what? In the meantime, while one of you guys get courage, we'll sing it. So like the staff all get up and apparently these guys are just guns. Like a couple of them had guitars, one had drums, and they were just banging out classics.
Mate. I think it's a lot of fun.
It was just live entertainment. No one wanted to go up after them. Like you guys are so good.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's the one thing. Like if you have a banger, like someone who sings really, really well, it's a bit dicey to go next to them. But it's a good question, to be honest. I've gotten around karaoke. Like I had a fear of singing maybe in public, but after a while, it's just
after a few drinks.
Yeah, you just loosen up. You want to belt out Sweet Caroline.
I Asia is good, but I unfortunately don't see any of these coming across. No,
it is what it is. But yeah, that's just a small taste into what I think we should bring back into Australian culture.
I wonder how ignorant we sounded in this.
Do we? I think we were fine.
Let us know.
Maybe the question of why Asians
definitely. I'll put my hand up. Alrighty, that brings us to the end of a magnificent episode. I must say, it's been a delight to have you on, Kush. You want to shout out anything to the listeners, potentially?
Not really. I mean, I'd like to shout out the AMC A-List Movie Pass, where I'm paying $26 a month and get to watch 16 movies, potentially in a month, in all formats, IMAX, Dolby, and the laser format of the cinema. So really an excellent pass, one of the best in the business. I don't know how they're making money off it, but I sure do not care when I'm living my life like that in the Dolby cinema. So that's what I wanted to shout out.
Beautiful. Well, there you have it. AMC shout out. You can catch the rest of our episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Give us a follow on Instagram and on TikTok, and we'll catch you next week.